If you love me, won't you say something? Hey everyone. Just gonna wait a couple more minutes. I am attempting to do another live. This is just a little bit of olive oil in the cast iron to get us started. I'm making some patties today. I'm gonna start by telling you the ingredients we have. Now, if you eat patties, please don't leave comments that that's not the way you make patties. This is the way that I make patties. And today we're going to be using ground turkey because I'm trying to watch my cholesterol. We're not going to use any kind of ground beef, but it's going to come out the same because we're going to season it up good. So let me just get that in here. And then I'm just going to season it up, show you guys. I mean, ground turkey, honestly, I think it's, not only is it better for you, if you take your time with it and season it up, you get a very similar effect. So you might as well have something that's better for you. So it's gonna take us a minute. Let me know if this is too loud. Hopefully it's not, and you can still hear me talking over this meat browning. How's everybody doing today? Happy Sunday. What are you guys cooking for dinner? This is actually lunch, and I'm making these patties for the week. Really, honestly, there's just two of us, so not the week. What I'm saying is we'll eat these for lunch, and there'll be a couple of left over maybe for tomorrow. But what's everybody doing for Sunday dinner? What are you guys cooking? So this is going to take a minute just to get going. But while that's browning, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys what we're going to be using today in terms of ingredients. So right now I have ground turkey. You can use ground beef, ground chicken, ground pulled pork, whatever it is that you want to put inside of your patty. In terms of seasonings, we're going to be going with some cayenne pepper today, some cumin, some black pepper. I also have some, this is just Himalayan salt, some fresh thyme. I have green peppers, obviously onions. I have some paprika. Now, normally I would chop up some fresh garlic, but today we're just gonna go with some garlic that's already been ground for me. If you want it spicy, there's a couple of ways you can do it. I'm just gonna put a little bit of chili and cayenne in this, but the true way to do it, or the traditional way I guess you would say, would be to put a Scotch bonnet pepper into your ground beef, a really small piece, and that's going to give it a spice. But I'm just going to try and mimic that with a little bit of heat by using cayenne. I also like to use paprika in ground turkey. I think it's just a psychological thing for me. It makes the meat feel more like ground beef or look more like ground beef. So I'm going to be adding some paprika. And then you also need some kind of sauce. You know, I'm going to be using some sofritos, some liquid sofritos as the seasoning base. I'll show you what that looks like. I just have it here. And that's going to pull everything together. The onions, the pepper, the cumin, the thyme. Really, honestly, when you think about it, this is no different than making an empanada. You just, you know, you could use sazon, which actually I probably will put a little bit of sazon in here. But basically, you season your meat how you want it to be seasoned. So now that this is almost browning, I'm going to go ahead and start putting my peppers and my onions in and then getting this seasoned up. So let's get going. I like a lot of onions. So there we go. We're going to put those onions in there. Talk to me, people. What's going on? What y'all doing today? Encourage me. This is probably like my second live. I do a lot of food videos. I don't do them live, probably because you just never know what can go wrong or what, you know, it's just easier not to. But I have a lot of people that ask me when I post, when I post videos, how did I make it? So here we go. I'm going to try this and see how that works out. We can go ahead and add our green peppers now. Thank you for everybody that's joining and staying. I appreciate your time. I'm sure there's plenty of other things you can be doing right now, but thank you for joining me. So again, I like a little crunch. You can put the vegetables in at the beginning. Everybody does it differently, and it depends on what I'm making. Sometimes I do put the vegetables in first because you want them to soften up. But these I wanted to put in afterwards because I like a little bit of crunch. I don't like mushy so much. So I'm moving a little quickly now because it's browning. I don't want it to dry out, which turkey has a tendency to do. So I'm going to go ahead and add my other ingredients. This is my paprika. Like I said, that's just going to give it a little bit of color. You can use smoked paprika as well. That gives it a little bit of smoky taste. There's my Himalayan salt. I'm not using a lot of salt. Again, I'm trying to watch how I'm eating. And then just some black pepper. Same thing. Everything goes in there. We're going to add a little bit of cumin. There we go. And then again, you could put a pepper in here at this point if you wanted it to be really spicy. We're just going to put a little bit of cayenne, give it a little something. And then last, I will put the garlic in, only because garlic will burn. Even though I'm not cooking this at a really high temperature, if you put it in too early, it will burn. What's going on, everyone? I have 2 more ingredients that are going to go into this. 3 more. I'm going to add some garlic, fresh thyme, and then I'm going to put my Sofitos in here and my sazon. So we have 4 more ingredients. Okay, so if you don't know, this is sazon. Just going to go ahead and add that in there. Not too much. Here is my fresh thyme. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there. It smells amazing. You know what they said, if a picture could have a scent, what would it smell like? It smells wonderful in here right now. Okay, so you see the colors coming along. Everything's incorporated really well. I'm going to add the garlic, and then as soon as I add the garlic, the last thing that I will be adding will be the Sofitos. Okay? Just let me check and see if anybody put anything in the comments. Thank you for everyone that has waved at me. Hello, thank you for joining. Okay, so that looks good, right? Talk to me. Okay, we're going to go ahead, put that there, get that going. Next is the garlic. Remember I said I put that in at the end because it tends to burn. I should be using fresh, but honestly, I have a lot to do today. So I just want to get these together. Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. Okay, garlic's in there. Again, you want to keep it moving so it doesn't burn. After the Sofitos goes in, I'm going to turn this down and cook it down for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then I'm going to let it cool and get my pastry, puff pastry together. I'm going to use puff pastry. It's quicker. Again, this is a quick version of a pate. My version of a pate. I got to add that for all my people. So, all right, that looks good. Let's get the Sofitos going. Here we go. That's just going to make it all kinds of good. Who's with me? Let me turn this down because I can see it's trying to cook a little too quick. So I turn that down. Right now it's like low, really. Not low, low, like low, medium, but low. Just enough to... Look at that color. You can't tell me this does not look like ground beef. Let's get these corners though. So pretty much this is my filling. Again, you can use any filling you would like to. Break that up because you want the meat to be fine. So I like to use a wooden, excuse me, I just hit the camera. I like to use a wooden spoon to break that up well. I don't like chunky patties. Okay, that's it. We're gonna let that cool. I'm actually going to hit a commercial. No, seriously, I'm gonna stop the live for now so that I can set up my my pastries and get it cut into squares, and then I'll come back on. So if you're interested in seeing how this finishes off, I'll catch you in about 15 minutes.